Hi there, Ali from Process Evolution here. One of the things we get asked quite a lot is how do I put different levels of geography onto my points? So here you can see we've got what is data within South Wales, so it's their beats and there's lots of dots on the map. Now each of these dots, if we read them into Maptitude, if we hit on the information, all we've got is the beat that they're in and an XY coordinate. Now that's useful in terms of putting them onto the map, but if we want to do some aggregation to understand how many beats sit within different local authorities or which LSOAs particular points sit within, we can't do that at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that our area layer is our working layer. So you can do that by right clicking and make working layer. And we're going to go up to data view and new data view. Now what this does is it gives you a table of all the data points in there. So as you can see, we've got our areas, which are our beats, and our XY coordinates. So what I want to do is anywhere in this table, right click and modify the table. When we modify this table, what we want to do is at this point, we're going to add in two new fields. So I'm going to add in field twice, and I want to put in the county, and I want to put in the LSOA, or lowest super output area. Now, important thing to do before we move on from here is make sure that the type is changed to character, because what we want is to know that this point down here is in the Vale of Glamorgan. What we don't want is an integer value. So this needs to be character as well as the LSOA to character. Once you've done that change, hit OK. Are you sure you want to modify the structure of a table? Yes, that's exactly what we want to do. So I'm going to hit yes. And what we'll see here is we now have two new columns, county and LSOA, but they're blank. And that's not very helpful at the moment, being blank. So what we will do is we'll right click and hit fill. So the fill method gives us lots of options around how we want to do this. In terms of to tag these points, I want to tag each of the areas with the, you've got lots of options here, but the ones I'm going to show are for county. So I'm going to go to the local government and county, and I want that to be the all features, because I want to select all features, and I want to tag with, at this point, the name. So hit OK on that. What you'll see is very quickly these points have now been tagged. So each of them, Swansea, Bridgend, Vale of Glamorgan, etc. So that's working pretty well. Similarly with LSOA, right click, fill, and I want to tag using the super output area, all features, and I want to tag with the SOA. So if I click there, OK, tag, it's going to take a few seconds, and it's going to go work out where each of these points are and which LSOA they sit within. As you can see, so it's Welsh and it gives us our LSOA codes. So this sort of logic within the data view, much quicker than doing things through the alternative, which was always analysis, and when you were on that was tagging points by area. So quite a quick way of creating additional data based on your points. Now this is all sat within a data view in Maptitude. That's not particularly helpful, but what you might want to do is File, Save As, or Export. You can export the table. So File, Export Table, but just remember when you're exporting it to make sure that you change that to Excel file in here, so that you'd be able to save that as a Ali test 1. Please don't shout at me for my naming conventions. If I open that, what you'll see is we have the data now in Excel that we can pivot and do whatever we want with it. So, one of the more interesting things in here might be to understand how many of these points, now at this point it's just their beats, but how many points did we have in a particular county? And starting to do some analysis off the back of them. So just to summarise, what we've done is we've already had our points written into Maptitude. We've modified the table, and in doing so, we've allowed ourselves the ability to tag areas in there. It's quite a powerful procedure that we can do, and gives us the ability to learn more about our data. Any questions on this? Please get in touch. alimotion@processevolution.co.uk. Thanks and have a great day.